Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with I think, a fairly interesting video. Guys who are new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashie. Hello, Dashie. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And become a member. There's lots of perks. And also wraithx.dth domain name. So let's wind the clocks back and let me tell you a story about 2016. If you don't remember because you were doing something crazy or you're too young, 2016 was a wild time. I was deployed in Kuwait, in Ali Al Salem, from February through August of that year. And it was a wild time. Every sense of the word for that particular year was terrific in the good and bad sense. You had a lot of celebrity deaths, Muhammad Ali, or Harambe, others, but Harambe is kind of where this story starts, actually. Harambe was killed on 28 May in 2016. And it's, you know how there's this headcanon in Avengers that, Thanos didn't come to Earth until Odin was out of the way, because he was scared of Odin. ISIS did not release this training video until Harambe was killed. And then they're like, oh, he's gone, we can go and do it now. Definitely not the reason, but I like to make believe that it is. Every now and then, whenever there is an ISIS training video, recruiting video, whatever it's called, sometimes we get an email from it. I was like, oh, hey, new recruitment video going around, like whatever it is, we just delete them. There's some guy that makes fun of these videos. These videos are god-awful. They're only a couple minutes long. And it's like a trying to say, like, oh, America bad, join ISIS today. And it's just the most laughably, hysterically, like, they're god-awful. Anyway, not one day after this was released, I'm a very big supporter of 4chan and why I buy the 4chan token. Now, I also, that being said, this is not financial advice. Most of my funds are in Vivi and Omi. A good amount is in Grumpy Cat. And again, this is just something that I'm doing, but this is why I really like 4chan and why I'm supporting the 4chan token. Anyway, not one day after it came out, there's a board on 4chan. If you don't know what it is, it's kind of the last stages of Wild Wild West of the internet, where you go and everyone's anonymous. You don't have to have a username, you don't have to have a sign-in, you just go and you post. And after a while, the posts that people make are taken down, they disappear. Unlike Reddit, unlike Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, they disappear after a while. So it's anonymous, it's ever-changing. There's boards for everything. There's boards for, like, My Little Pony, there's boards for political stuff, there's boards for sports, really bad jokes that you really shouldn't repeat or recommend, but they're really funny. This takes place on Poll, the politically incorrect board, and a subsection of that is called SG. It was called Syria General, just a place where you could learn about the war in Syria or wars in general. And there was a training video that came out, and it was posted on there, and someone was just like, hey, find it. And find it, the people of 4chan did. And I remember this specifically. This was a Monday, 2 days after Harambe's death. It was on a Saturday. And I was on 4chan, and people are just, like, trying to find this location. And in the training video, you see one of the things that people found first. And I can't find any of this on Google. Like, Google is not like, helping us out here. There was these 3, like, oil towers in the background, I think. I think there were oil towers. There was just 3 figures in the background, I remember. And then people are like, oh, hey, go to Google Earth, go to, like, Google Maps, like, here's where it looks like they are. And I actually told my captain about it. I was like, hey, Captain so-and-so, I'm not going to say her name. I was like, like, this ISIS training video that just came out? And she's like, yeah, I got the email. I was like, so I think I know the location. She's like, what? And she's like, were you ever in that area? I was like, no, but, this, and I tried to explain to what 4chan was, and she's just like, and I was like, okay, well, listen, like, all right, here's these, like, little oil towers, here's the pictures that they had found on the internet, and And she's like, listen, that's like not enough. And for like, I can't go to like my commander. Like she's telling me I can't go to my commander with this. Like he's gonna laugh at me. He's gonna be like, this ain't it, Chavez. Like this ain't it, fam. Like if you're gonna, try to do like do better. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So I go back on, unfortunately, I was like, hey guys, like, can we find like some more stuff? And people are trying. And then throughout the day, and again, I'm like, I'm working. I'm like doing a bunch of stuff. And it turns out that the people there was a Russian user. Now, this is one of the only times the US and Russia were working together. I don't know how much of that I can say. In fact, I'll stop right there. Anyway, there was a Russian user that was on there. I was like, oh, I know, oh God, what's his name? I'm gonna pause this. Okay, so there's actually a YouTube video on this already. My bad. There was a Russian correspondent called Ivan Sidorenko that had, I guess, ties to the 4chan user in the military, had ties to Ivan Sidorenko that could go to the higher ups in Russia and could say, hey, let's bomb the fudge out of this place. And they did. Also, be advised, those weren't oil things in the background that I was talking about before. They were like power lines. I don't know why I remember them as oil rigs. Anyway, they go there and literally like 12 hours later, bomb the heck out of him. And I was like, no heckin' way. And then I go to my captain. I was like, Captain. And she's like, Chavez, what? I was like, oh, they did it. And she's like, they did what? Like, they bombed the ISIS training camp. She's like, who bombed it? Like the internet? I was like, what? No. I was like Russia bombed it. And then like I show her like the thread, I show her like everything, and she's like, no heckin' way. And I was like, Yahweh. And when I first heard of this 4chan token, immediately I was like, oh, yeah, best memory of 4chan. That was probably it. Just being a part of that. I didn't do anything for that. Obviously, he's just one of the people that just kind of watching from the sidelines. But yeah, that was a pretty amazing time. And every time I buy a little bit more 4chan, I just get a little bit more pride in America. I get a little bit more pride in the group called Weaponized Autism. That's what they call themselves. I get a little more pride in the fact that, you could give CIA analysts, a few weeks to try to figure out the location. And, if someone in there is really smart, they probably could. 4chan users did it in a day. 4chan is not to be reckoned with. I love Vivi and Omi. That's where most of my net worth is. And it's not like a couple $1,000s. It's in the 6 figures. Was in the 7 figures before the bad times. And then I have a lot of Grumpy Cat as well. And I don't have as much 4chan. And I'd like to get more. As some of these other things rise, maybe I will get more 4chan. Probably will at some point. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. I just thought this was a really cool story. Clearly it's been told on YouTube a couple times, not on Google. Anyway, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.